Look, I know Cars 2 isn't the best Pixar movie.
Everybody's been laughing at me my whole life, too.
Oh yes, they've been laughing, Mater.
Worst sequel, the worst Pixar movie.
The stalling misfire that is Cars 2.
But a lot of aspects of the film were just awful, and it'll be the last time I watch this that's for sure.
So yeah. Not only was Cars 2 not well received by YouTube video essayists, but the general public was not a fan of this movie either. But look, I think that Cars 2 has some redeeming qualities. And no, I'm not going to spend this video debunking and arguing with everybody else's qualms about Cars 2, even though I do think that the expansion of the Cars universe in this film is fun and lighthearted. Deep below the lemons, the spare parts,
Only those with insurance? Oh, I forgot. Everybody, come on!
in the motor oil, the plot of Cars 2 reveals a surprisingly anti-capitalist message that reminds us that big companies and corporations and industries are capable of and often do sabotage other products just to make their own look better. And no, I am not joking. The entire plot of the movie, a World Grand Prix featuring Lightning McQueen and real-world famous racers, is driven, haha car joke, by a need for Sir Axelrod here, a murderous Australian bloke, to secure the continued success of his offshore oil rig. And yeah, they tell this story through a spy plotline for some reason, but we're gonna largely ignore that for today and look at Cars 2 through an eco-cinema lens. Eco-cinema is the application of eco-criticism to cinema. In their book, Ecocritique from 1999, Timothy Luke summarizes the work Ecocritique is truly centered around. Quote, "Ecocritique has become a common genre of analysis mobilized for and against various projects of power and economy in the organization of our everyday existence." Unquote. Notice that there was no mention of nature in this quote, despite the prefix eco. Scholarship on ecological destruction centers around social and political structures that allow certain groups to inflict environmental harm in the name of maintaining or gaining power and profits. As such, eco-critique becomes more of a critique of ideologies, typically Western capitalism, that allow for environmental exploitation. Cars 2's use of eco-sabotage falls in line with an eco-critique/ideology critique of capitalism. Axelrod wants to secure his oil profits that he feels entitled to as a capitalist, but effective renewable fuel would cut into his profits, so he hatches a ploy to make people afraid of renewable fuel. But let's get right into it here. Through Sir Axelrod's underlying motives with his quote-unquote green fuel, Cars 2 highlights how corporations can commit eco-sabotage to disparage pro-environmental products to increase support for their less environmentally savvy but often lucrative products. We see this scheme unfold via two aspects of the Cars 2 plot. 1. Sir Axelrod develops and markets his renewable fuel, all in all, just to give it a bad name. 2. His manner for illegitimizing the renewable fuel is for it to severely injure people, i.e. cars, making it seem especially dangerous and not worth the risk, no matter the environmental impact. Point 1. Axelrod intentionally develops all in all to guarantee his own oil profits. We first learn about Sir Axelrod and his fuel on a talk show playing in the bar at the renovated Wheelwell Motel. After being lost in the jungle for 36 days, he emerges wanting to reinvent his lifestyle. So, he converts to an electric car, which, by the way, seems expensive and only available to the rich, and dedicates his time towards developing all in all in the name of reducing pollution. To spread the word about his remarkable renewable fuel, Axelrod creates the World Grand Prix race and invites global racers to participate, like Lightning McQueen. But, at the end of the movie, we find out that Axelrod is the mastermind behind the exploding race cars that have been running on all in all. He actually owns the oil rigs that are shown in the first sequence of the movie, and, Well, here's the clip of Mater risking his life on his out-of-character revelations to expose Axelrod in front of the Queen of England.
But Sir Axelrod created the race, Mater. Why would he want to hurt anyone?
To make all in all look bad, so everybody go back to using oil. I mean, he said it himself with that disguised voice.
Disguised voice? What are you talking about? You're nuts, you are!
Mater, he created all in all.
Yeah, but what if he found that huge oil field just as the world was trying to find something else? What if he came up with all in all just to make alternative fuel look bad?
What if? You're basing this on a what if?
Okay, that's it.
Wait, somebody save me! The lorry's crazy! Keep away, you idiot!
Mater!
Mater!
Someone do something! Drive away! You're insane, you are! Deactivate!
Bomb deactivated. Have a nice day, Sir Axelrod.
In the interest of protecting his oil fortune against legitimate alternative fuel options, Axelrod ecologically sabotages the concept of alternative fuel by creating a dupe that he markets only to taint the name of renewable fuel. But, as we can see, he does all of this quite intentionally. Point 2. Not only does Axelrod decide to create a fake fuel and proxy race, but he severely injures world celebrities to instill public fear around renewable fuel. After he develops the all-in-all and plans out the race, Axelrod has to have a way to soil the image of his renewable fuel. His team of goons invent an infrared beaming camera that causes the cars using all-in-all to explode. We see this first demonstrated in an on-screen murder of an American spy. Y'all, this is right at the start of the movie. They are not messing around. But severely injuring racers on a global platform that is so directly tied to all-in-all will assuredly leave a bad taste in the proverbial global mouth about renewable fuels, even if Axelrod's motives are revealed at the end of the movie. The trauma that racing fans experienced during these, truthfully, terrorist attacks by a corporation will surely stay with the people, I mean cars, even when safe renewable fuels are developed. And frankly, this appeal to fear is genius on Big Oil's part. Although the spies, Mater, discover Axelrod's dastardly plot, the damage to the sanctity of renewable oil has really already been done in the public's mind. After seeing their favorite racers explode live on TV, there will surely be public skepticism on adapting cleaner fuels in the future, all thanks to a clever eco-sabotage marketing scheme by Axelrod's evil corporation. As shown, Cars 2's entire racing/spy plot centers around a case of eco-sabotage, where we see a heroic car unveiled as a capitalist determined to kill in order to secure future oil profits. Sir Axelrod, said oil capitalist, goes so far as to make a fake renewable fuel and put on a global race just to establish a global stage where he can sour the concept of renewable fuel via publicly terrorizing world-renowned racers. Although seemingly dark for a kids' movie, Pixar's flop of a Cars sequel underlines a prominent tactic used by real-world industries. Oil companies like Shell and Exxon have been aware of the harm their products cause to humanity and the earth for decades, and yet they lobby and squander this intel from reaching the public. This tactic is less direct than mutilating celebrities like in Cars 2, but just the same, these companies market themselves as good guys with the interests of the planet. For example, British Petroleum, BP, hired the marketers that came up with the notion of a personal carbon footprint to shift the onus of emissions onto the individual and away from themselves. Cars 2 seeks to highlight this travesty, although it gets buried under an unnecessary, though fun, spy plot. Thank you for listening, everyone. This is your call to look for environmental themes in popular media, and, as always, be skeptical about the intentions of for-profit mega corporations. Bye now.